This conference will now be recorded.
IO stands for what here? Input output. And whatever the programs we have written up to now, the data what we use in the program or while running the application, is the data temporary or permanent? It is temporary data. So where we can store data permanently?
In RAM.
RAM read-only memory. So can you write it?
Not RAM, RAM, right?
RAM is temporary.
Yeah.
RAM is temporary. Primary memory is temporary only. Where we can store data permanently? Permanent data. Yeah, in a hard disk, right?
Yeah.
In hard disk, we write the data in permanently, either in the form of files or database tables. So this concept today is for files only. How to go with files. Then day after tomorrow, we'll see how to go with uh, hello, Dheeraj.
Yeah.
You are able to
Yeah.
hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So where we can store data permanently in the form in hard disk, either in the form of files or database tables. So this IO is mainly for files purpose.
Okay.
So Python file IO is used for the following, like creating new files. We can create new files, then opening existing files, then writing data onto the files, then reading data from the files, and finally closing the files. So these are the operations we can perform on the files. Then let us see the first function, open function. Just if you understand functions, that completes here. Open function. So the use of this open function is, you can see, this function is used to open a file in read or write mode. In read or write mode. And the syntax goes like this. We take a file variable. We go with the file variable, some variable name, equal to, we have to say here open, and we have to pass the file which you want to open, and we have to go with the mode. And we are having the modes like R is for read. If file exists, if file exists only we can read it. Then W mode, this is for write, and always creates a new file. Whenever you go for W, it always goes with what? New file. Even the file is already existing, it's going to create the new file, overwrites the existing file. Then R plus. R plus is for read, write, if file exists only. If file exists only. Then W plus read, write, it's for reading and even for writing. Read, write, overwrites existing file by creating new file. So what is the difference between R plus and W plus? R plus is for both read and write, but if the file exists only, but W plus always goes with the new file, but we can able to do read operation and write operation also. Clear, Dheeraj, the difference between R plus and W plus?
Yeah.
Right? Then we're having one more, append. A means for append. Appends the contents. Appends the contents to the file if exist. If exist. Then if does not exist, creates a new file. Creates a new file. Right? Then
Yeah.
append means what? Only write operation. Appends the contents. Where we are having one more A plus. This is for append and read. Append and read if file exists. Clear, Dheeraj, the need of these modes? Then what is the purpose of every mode here?
Yes.
Right? We'll see some examples. Once we see examples, file concept is very simple. Hello, Dheeraj.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, as a simple example, if you are saying here fr equal to open, and I'm giving here text.txt in read mode. We are opening the file in read mode. If I want to open file in write mode, just you can say open test.txt in W mode. So it creates the new file for us. Then we're having some functions like write function. Write function. So you can say this function is used to write the content onto the file. Like example, you can say fw equal to open. I am saying here text.txt in write mode. Then if I want to write some content onto this file, you can say fw.write. We have to use write function. And if I say hello world, then this hello world will go and store into text.txt. And what is the advantage of putting in file? Permanent data. So when you want to write something permanently, go for files concept. Clear, Dheeraj?
Yeah.
Read function. So the use of read function is to read the content. So this function is used to read the content from the file. Like example, if you say fr equal to open text.txt in read mode, then how to read the content is just you can say data equal to fr.read. So when you say fr.read, it will go to the text.txt and the complete content of text.txt will be read and keeps in data variable. Keeps in data variable. Yeah. Whereas one more function, close function. So what is the purpose? This function is used to close the file. Like example, if you can say fw.close or fr.close. Why we have to do the closing operation? It's a cleanup. It's a best practice always. Let us suppose you have opened the file in write mode. Now you want to open the same file in read mode in the same program. Then you can close it and you can again open the file in read mode. That's the place where we go for closing operation. And one more, cleanup operations. Yeah. Let us understand all these things by using a program. Let me say that file1.py, file2.py. New file1.py. So the use of this code is creates a new file and writes data onto the file. So let us see how to do this. Now, how to create a file? fw, I'm creating a file variable. Fw equal to, we have to use the function open and I'm giving the name as text.txt and in write mode. So whenever we use write, it always creates a new file, text.txt. Where it is going to create this file? It is going to create the file in the folder where we are working. We are working in my project 2 folder now, this project name. In that folder, it's going to create this file. If I want to create in some other location, you can even go with the path like c:/xxx. Now, this test.txt will be created in c:/xxx folder. Clear the rest, but the xxx folder should be existing, then only it creates. Okay?
Okay.
Right? If you are not giving any path, it is going to create in your folder only. The folder where you are writing your program. Then, now we want to write some content onto the file. How to write? By using write method. By using write method, whatever the content you pass, that will be printed onto the file. So Python is a scripting programming language. Now I want to break the line. I want to add a new line. So we have to say slash in there. Slash in will go for new line. Okay. I want to write one more line. fw.write. Python is dynamic typed language. Dynamic typed language. Then go with the message print file created. And finally fw.close, the cleanup operation. Now run this code. So we get a simple message file created, and if you open your folder where we are working, so we are working in F drive 2019 Python online 2 and programs my project. We are working in this my project. Then see, you can find a file text.txt. A new file is created, and if we open this file, you can find our content, what you have written. So is it permanent data now, Dheeraj?
Yeah.
So to go for permanent only, we go for files concept.
Okay.
Now let us go for how to read the content. This is for reading. So let us go for one more new program, file 2. So this is for read the content from the file. So first of all, we have to open the file using open function. The file name is text.txt in read mode. Then, now we'll say data1 equal to fr.read. fr.read. Then, now print it. Printed data1. See now the result. Finally, fr.close. Run this code. So what are the content we have written in the file? That is, we are printing on back onto the console. So fr.read will read the entire content from your text.txt. Clear, Dheeraj?
Yeah.
Right? Then, now we want to read only 10 characters from the file. I want to read what? Only 10 characters from the file. Then you can say now data2 equal to fr.read, and you can pass here the number of characters how much you want. Fr read of 10. Then if I say what is the use of this? 10 characters. Now if you print data2, what we get, see now when you run, we get only first 10 characters. And keep in comments. So here Python is.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
There. Now I want to read the data line by line. I want to read a complete line of text. So when you want to read complete line of text, I'm saying data3 equal to fr.read line. When you go for read line, it is going to read the data line by line. Now if I say print data3, then see the result. Only it's going to print our first line because I'm reading only one line of content now. So whenever you say read line, it's going to read a line of text. Clear? There is the 3 functions of read.
Yeah. Yeah.
So read, just read means complete content. Read, and you can pass number of characters, and if you want to go for line by line, read line.
Okay.
Now let us go with the next concept here. File positions.
Can I just read just the second line of the file or not?
Second line, no, that is complex part here.
Okay.
We have to complete one line, then only we can go for one more line. So file operations are very complex to work. That's the reason we use database more in reality.
Okay.
File positions. So we are having 2 functions related to file positions, tell and seek. The use of tell is like returns the position of file pointer. So where the file pointer is currently present. So in order to know the position of your file pointer, we use tell function, and see function moves the file pointer to the specified position. Like the syntax of seek is, we use here seek, we have to pass offset, means the number of characters you want to move, and from. The meaning of from is, if I give 0, which means from the beginning of the file, the movement of file pointer should be done from the beginning of file. Then 1 indicates from current location. The 2 indicates from end of file. From end of file. Let us see. Let us understand these two concepts by using a program, file3.py. So what is this one mainly about? Tell line seek. We are saying fr equal to open. I am opening the text.txt in read plus. Read plus means what? R plus means read write mode. And when I use R plus, it always goes for what? Uses the existing file. It uses the existing file R plus. And W plus always goes with new file. Okay. Now if I say print tell equal to fr.tell. So whenever you open the file, where the file pointer will be? At the starting, beginning of the file, right? Whenever you open the file, always the file pointer will be at the beginning of the file. So where the file pointer is now, it's 0, means 0 row. So here, for example, when you open the file, see here where the cursor is blinking at the beginning of the file, right?
Yeah.
So that is called as tell here. Where the file pointer will be located. So to know the where the file pointer is present, we use the function tell. Clear the meaning of tell?
Yeah.
Now I'll read 10 characters now. fr.read of 10. Now if I say print, now if I say tell equal to fr.tell. So where now it is?
After 10.
10. Got it?
Yeah.
So to know the exact location of your file pointer, we use tell function. Now where is your file pointer now? At 10th location, right?
Yeah.
At 10th location. Now I want to move the file pointer to the beginning of the file. I want to move the file pointer to where again? Beginning of the file. So to move file pointer to the beginning by using seek. fr.seek of 0. 0 indicates from beginning of the file. From beginning. It will go to the beginning of the file. So what is the use of seek? To move the file pointer to the beginning. Now the file pointer has moved to the beginning. Now I will say fr.write xxx. So this xxx will be printed where? At the beginning of the file, right?
Yeah.
Now check your file now. Open your file. See here. You got xxx. Clear, Dheeraj?
Yeah. It will overwrite. So that's why.
Overwrites, always overwrites. When we can add only at the end. If you append means at the end. But if you are trying to write, it will overwrite it. So
Okay.
if I want to write the exact content, I have to move the content first, then I have to overwrite it.
Okay.
And go with spaces first. Then after adding spaces, then you have to overwrite. So the very complex part. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Now once you write xxx, now if I say fr.seek 0, 2. What it means 0, 2? From end. To indicates from end. Got it?
Yeah.
So after writing 3 characters, if I say fr.seek 1 comma, sorry, not 1 comma, if I say 10 characters, comma from current location. 1 indicates from current. From current location, how many characters you are moving? How many bytes? 10 bytes. Now if I say fr.write something ppp from ppp, fr.write ppp. Now if you run, Only we can move to the current location only, I think. So it's not allowing this one. Let's do this. Now if you open the file, see here it has added exe ppp. Clear, Dheeraj? We are able to move to the current location and add the content over there. We are having one more. What is that? fr.seek 0,2 means you are going to the end of the file from end. So once you reach end, I want to write the content now. Something like RRR. Now at the end, we are returning what? RRR. Now if you check your file, so once you move to the end, we are writing what? RRR. So whenever you want to happen, go for seek of 2. So when you say seek of 2, it will go to the end of the file. Clear, Dheeraj?
Okay. But why did you mention 0,2?
0,2. Why 0 again? From once you reach end, how many bytes you should move? 0 bytes. That's meaning. If I say only 2 also it works. Only 2 also it works, or you can even say how many bytes you want to move. That also possible.
So if I place 1,2, then it will give one space.
Yeah. Let me see here. 1,
2.
1, 2. So from beginning, once you reach end of the file, can you move forward? No. We can move only backward. So that backward direction also it's not providing here. I've checked it. Minus 10. It's going with error. Count to non-zero relative moves. Let me check like this. Let me change the syntax. Right, it's not allowing that one. Should be 0, 1, 2 only. This one. And we are only going to the end here. I've even checked to move backward also. That's not allowing. We can able to move to 0th location or current location or end of the location. Only that is allowing now. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're in the next one called as file object attributes. File object attributes. They are file.closed. What's the use of file.closed? Returns true if the file is closed, else false. So to check whether the file is closed or not, we can use the attribute closed. Then file.mode. File.mode returns in which mode the file is open. Then file.name returns the file name what you have created. Returns the file name. Let us understand this with a code. New Python file 4.py. So this is about file object attributes. So like I'm opening the file first. Open text.txt in read mode. Now if I say print file closed, did we close the file? No, right? Still the file is not closed. Then what we get here? False. So we get here false because the file is not closed. Then if I say print file mode, What's the mode of the file we have opened? Read
Read.
mode, right? fr.read, fr.mode. We want to know the mode of the file in which it has opened, so we'll get read or not read or. So it's going to give the yeah. If I want to know the file name, what you have created or what you have opened, file name fr.file, fr.name. So what's the name of the file we have created? Text.txt. Text.txt. It's going to return the name of the file what you are using. Now we'll say fr.closed. fr.close. Now if I say print file closed, is the file closed now?
Yeah.
Now we get here because the file is closed. Clear the need of this file object attributes, right? Then we are having one more concept here with the statement. With the statement in Python. So the use of this one is when with this statement is used in Python to open the file, then the closing of file is done automatically. So whenever we use with this statement to open the file, then I need not go for close operation. The closing of file is done automatically. Means we need not use the close function to close the file. We need not use the close function to close the file. Like example, how to go with this one is with open text.txt in read mode as fr. Then we read some data equal to fr.read and print the data. But are you doing any closing operation here? No, right?
No.
So after with statement, automatically the closing operation will happen. Let me go with the example. File5.p. With the statement with open text.txt in read mode as fr. Now fr is connected to text.txt, then say print file closed. Is the file closed now?
Yes.
No, file is not closed, right? After coming out of with the statement only, file will get closed automatically. Now the file is opened, so it is false. fr.closed means it will return false here because still the file is not closed because I did not come out of with statement. Then read some data. Then after reading, I'll print the data. Now I'll come out here. So now we are coming out of this. When the scope is completed, we are coming out. Now we'll say now file closed. fr.closed. Now what you get here? Because without calling the close function, the file will get closed here. Sorry, let me run here. See, without calling the close method, once you come out of with, then automatically the file will get closed here. So that concept only we use it with this statement. Clear, Dheeraj?
Yeah.
Let us move to the last one. OS module. We're having one more OS module, a separate module. So OS module in Python is used to rename and delete files. So when you want to rename the file or when you want to delete the file, we use OS module like this. os.rename text.txt, and if I say xyz.txt, the file will get renamed. Okay. So text.txt will be replaced with what now? The file name xyz.txt. And if we os.remove, and if we say now xyz.txt, the file will get removed. So rename is for changing the file name, remove is for deleting the file. File 6 dot file 6.py. OS module to rename and delete files. So we have to import the OS module first. We have to import OS. Then say os.rename. What's our file name? text.txt. I want to change the file to xyz.txt. Then I'll go with the message print renamed the file. Now run the code. So you'll get the message renamed the file, and if you open your folder, see here you will find the file name xyz.txt now because the name has changed now. Same content. Clear the need of rename.
Yeah.
Then to delete the file, keep this part of code as comments. Now we'll say os.remove, and we have to give the name of the file xyz.txt. Now say print file deleted. Now if you run, we get the message file deleted. And if you check your folder, you won't find any file with the text.txt because it has changed to xyz.txt. And since xyz.txt is deleted, we cannot find that file in our folder now. Clear, Dheeraj?
Yeah.
Right? So any questions up to here?
No.
Right? So just to practice this whenever you get some small time, it's a very simple concept.
Yeah.
And in tomorrow's class, I'll go with the GUI, graphical user interface, where we'll see how to create text fields, radio buttons, checkboxes, submit buttons like that.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Right? That we'll discuss. And day after tomorrow, I'll go with SQL concepts with MySQL. And next time, we'll see how to connect to MySQL using Python. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Dheeraj.
Okay. Okay, Raj. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.